Yeah, it says live in the corner. My computer says it's setting up your Facebook Live. Now it's redirecting me. There's a slight chance my computer might crash. For some reason, it's been having problems with Bluetooth and Zoom at the same time, so that's been fun. All right.
Why you weren't there the other day?
What was that?
Is that why you weren't there the other day, or when you just left?
Yeah, like I kept trying to sign on, and then my mic wasn't working, and then yeah, I'm gonna just probably buy a new computer soon. This one's a few years old, but
you should have bought one during the Memorial Day sales that they had.
Yeah, I didn't need one till now. Anyways, we're live. I guess I should find out where we are on Facebook. I believe we're live on YouTube as well. Welcome everybody to the SEO Vault, episode 144. Today you get me and Sophie because everyone else decided to bail on us because they don't love us. That's why. No, Chaz is busy. Bucky's sick. We don't have a special guest, but the show must go on, right, Sophie?
Yes, it will.
Sophie's like, no, it doesn't. I'm working. Just do the vault while I finish on work over here.
Trying to share it to the group.
Up your Facebook Live. Oh, okay. We got to share it to the group. Yes, we're live in the local SEO community, or at least should be when Sophie gets this shared out.
Yes. Got
some exciting news today. Some brand updates. Nothing too crazy going on in the SEO world aside from the refresh, the core algorithm refresh. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that. And yeah, welcome everybody. Who do we got here with us today? Any comments or anything yet? Let me get this open.
Craig's here.
What's that? Okay. Craig's here. Let's go. Let's do it. Are you on YouTube at all, Sophie?
No. We are on YouTube, but we're not.
We are on YouTube.
I can get it up though.
Yeah, or someone could just share the link in the Facebook. Sure, we'll talk a little bit about that. That would be good too. Maybe I could open that up.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
What do we do for Chaz talks for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, Chaz has his fun little intro. I'm not really prepared for all that, to be honest. I mean, we got free SEO audits. We got link audits now. I know that's a big thing. Let's see what else he's got here. He usually does. I'm not going to live up to Chaz's beautiful opening speech that he's developed over the past few months here, unfortunately. So bear with me. Let's see. We got a podcast, right? Well, this is a podcast, but we're on all your favorite platforms. Go download us, take us in your pocket. And let's see, we're also on YouTube. We already said that. And we got the free audits. I think that was it. Chaz usually makes it sound like a lot more. No, I know we got other stuff going on too. What else? I mean, aside from, I believe there was the link audits are new. I know we've talked a lot about that. Those audits are pretty awesome for selling your clients more than anything. We do have the local audits, the SEO audits, and the link audits. I know that's usually a big thing that we've been talking about recently. Anything else you can think of, Sophie?
For brand updates or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just move right into brand updates, to be honest.
Those are brand updates.
I know we got a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah. We just launched voice search press. So there's 3 different options you can get voice search added. We're getting ready to do add-ons to all the press. So any press item can add voice search to it. Right now it's included for free in targeted media outreach and then the AP news with syndication. And you can just buy it separately. But those other 2, it's included for free. So if you buy those, you'll get voice search too. We just launched health guest posts. We're getting ready to launch home services next week on Monday is the target date for that, if we can get it all finalized. And then
Those are the individual niche guest posts, right? Where they actually pick the site with the links and traffic or whatever.
Where you can see the individual sites, and they're all priced differently. I was just going through them, and I was shocked how cheap some of them are.
They're good. They're one-time payment too, right? Guest posts, and they're real sites. Like if you are in any one of those niches, they're the type of links that even if you don't use like Web20 and all of our white label services, but you're in one of those niches, you're probably going to want to check those out just to get some of those nice links for your clients. Like they're pretty nice. They're good looking links. I mean, I just bought some the other day for law, which I think is like our biggest one we got right now, because that was like one of the first ones we launched. But that's honestly, like if you have an attorney, those are the type of links you want, those niche citations, and then like the niche guest posts and stuff like that. So what other ones you say we're adding, Sophie?
Home services launches on Monday. That one's gonna have painters, roofers. There's a whole list. But if you do any home service niches, that will be specific to those. And then we're launching marketing and then separately business guest posts in the next couple months.
Nice.
So we'll have almost every niche after that.
Every niche, huh? Every broad niche.
I've
heard some weird niches before. They pop up every now and again. Most people don't like to share them though, because they're usually, less heard of. Oh, is that the weekend? That's the weekend deal, the $20 off voice search?
Yeah, so any of those three I mentioned, if you go to the voice search page, it lists out the voice search product as well as the two that it's included in, so it's easy to find. But yeah, you can get $20 off any of those to try it out. And then, like I said, we'll be adding on voice search to the other press products, hopefully next week. So we got quite a bit in the pipeline. And then we announced the speakers on Monday. So there's been a lot that happened just this week.
Yeah.
And then the early bird discount ended, obviously. So once we let the secrets out.
Yeah, you missed out. You didn't listen to this last few weeks. We told you it was ending. So what's that, September?
That bought right after, like on Monday, they bought it. You could have saved hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I've done that before though too. I've waited till the last minute and then the discount, and then I'm just like, oh, screw it, I'll just buy it right now. So it's probably those people that were just like what I do. That's September 16th, 17th, and 18th. Isn't it actually the 19th too?
Yeah,
we added Monday.
We're doing a roundtable on Monday, so it's not all day. It's just a couple of hours. We have to figure out exactly how many hours it's going to be. We were going back and forth between 2 or 3. 3 seems kind of long.
Do we have like a room rented or?
Yeah, we have all that.
Okay.
You can't, most of the things you have to rent it by like half day. So we have it for half the day. We just have to figure out.
So we have like a cutoff time though, that we probably have to be out of there. So
I'm tired. Like I was tired after the mastermind last year.
Yeah, but we left the same night.
Yeah.
Wasn't the next. That's why we have the. So I mean, Monday. Honestly, people could probably hang out till they just want to go home. If they wanted to leave and go get dinner with people or whatever. It's pretty much. It's kind of like that day after the event where we all don't have to rush out the night before, but we could still kind of relax. I don't know if anyone. I hate that at events. Like it's kind of awkward that night when it ends, and it's like I got things to do tomorrow, but there's nothing to do here tomorrow. So do I stay or? Paying for another night or leave now. And so, yeah, I'm kind of happy. I've never actually been to an event that kind of had like a day after morning thing, to be honest.
Well, that was the biggest comment we got last year, was that they wanted the Q&A to be longer. Do you remember? Like, I was just full of questions and we're there for an hour and a half.
I know. So I came to the Q&A late and as I do things. And, yeah, when I got there, I walked in and I saw like the whole panel up front, and I'm like, we're not all going to be able to answer questions. Like there was like I knew people were going to want more time, especially when it came to talking to all the presenters and stuff. I mean, how long was that? Was that like 30 minutes or was that even a full hour?
I think it was supposed to be an hour and we ended up being an hour and a half, but then we were running late to dinner. Then we, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go straight from there to dinner or like run up to the room quick.
Yeah. So it should be nice just to have that extra networking time. I'm definitely excited. I'm actually really excited for this year's event. So I hope everyone else is.
I'm super excited. I was just over there the other day.
Oh, where we're having it?
Yeah. Well, not at the hotel, but I was near there.
Already starting your pregame?
To do research.
Did you doing research?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice way to put it. Alrighty. Do we have any other brand updates? I could probably move into news.
I don't think there's anything else. The review management thing we've already talked about, but that's almost done, so it'll be ready by the 4th of July sale is our goal.
Yeah, we're pushing hard on that. It's definitely some of the logistics, as usual, always make things more difficult. So, but you said what, the July 4th sale? Are we actually planning to have it done for then or for after?
No, for
that, like that month.
For then.
Oh,
and you
for
can
then.
buy it, it's just included in the monthly product.
And I think we talked about it earlier that we're gonna probably have like a sign up waiting list as we integrate people.
I mean, there's over 500 local accounts, just the locals. Like we can't do 500 in a week or whatever. So I think we'll put out a list hopefully next week or in a week and a half, and then we'll just kind of go through it at that point.
So just be aware of that. Like if you've been following along and you're looking to get that review management added on to your monthly campaigns, when we do go live with it, it's going to take a while to roll out just because we have a huge backlog of, I mean, you said like 300 campaigns or something, right?
There's more than that, but I'm hoping everybody doesn't want it right away.
We're going to come out with something for free. I really hope everyone doesn't want it.
But it's more than the review management. They're going to do the chat widget and the social media scheduler too.
Yeah, no,
I feel like
it's
people
definitely
are just going to do it. Like, why would you not? It's free.
That's exactly. Which is why I say, like, be on the watch out for it, because you don't want to find out like 3 weeks after people started and then you're just like at the very end of the list. So honestly, I would probably expect to see an influx in people just signing up once we go live with that, with certain campaigns. I mean, that's a huge value add. Like for the cost of some of our local campaigns, like I've spent half of that cost just on what we're providing software wise, right? To give that functionality to clients. So yeah, it's gonna be busy, be aware. And we're not going to be able to whip out review management for all 300 people at once. So, but that should be coming soon. I'm super excited about it. It sounds like it's going to be, I don't even know any other white label service that offers even something like that, even as a standalone, let alone in conjunction with like a local campaign. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
I don't think so. Not white label. I mean, definitely client facing, but that's different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So to be able to offer that at a white label level is kind of like our custom custom links, you know, the where we do the list building and build based on competitor links. It's one of those things that just isn't really done in our industry, even though everyone will tell you it's a good thing and you should do it, and it's a part of SEO or a part of client management or part of a successful campaign. But very few people actually do it because it's just so difficult. And now even like we're actually running into a lot of issues just with the software management side of it, managing phone numbers and billing and all that. So yeah, I'm super excited. And just to be clear, anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, it's essentially a full review management platform that'll be integrated along with your GMB local SEO campaigns, right, Sophie? And you said there's even more than just the review management aspect?
Well, it's for managed search, managed links, and the GBP monthly. So any of those will get it.
Any monthly managed service.
Yeah. And then it's the review management, chat widget and social scheduler. But then there's like a contact area where you can keep all your CRM data. You can have all your conversations in there. You can connect like your Facebook DMs or your client's Facebook DMs, Instagram DMs, the Google listing messages. You can do that. So then you'll have like, I think it's 5 different communication methods.
Channels, yeah. Yeah, that's even just nice for being able to offer that kind of support. I mean, even as an agency, I know that's one of the biggest things I hated, just where you have people in Facebook, you have people in text, people in email, people calling you, and there's no like central place. So again, I'm super excited. I can't wait.
One of my clients, like I used it for one of my own clients as a beta, and she was like, I didn't even know I had all these Instagram DMs until I connected. So I feel like there's a lot of businesses out there like that.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, especially because a lot of companies, like they create those platforms like Facebook, and like I have Facebook pages that I created for companies like just throughout over a decade of working with clients, and I'm still on their page because they just never removed me, or I didn't remove, whatever it is. But I see people messaging them and them not responding. Like they're clearly not looking at those platforms. I mean, actually, I got one that went out of business, and for like the past 3 years, they're not even in business, and they still get hit up on like, where can I buy these things? Where can I get this? So it's still generating interested customers, you know.
You think you want to respond to leads?
Yeah, well, I mean, people just don't know. They don't know that the truth is that like, yeah, if you just put up a website and a Facebook page, like you're not going to have business come flying in, but little tiny stuff does trickle in here and there. And if you're not aware of it, you will miss it. So, you know, that's definitely
something weird. I know somebody that got this weird $20,000 deal through Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, Facebook and LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn has been huge for me, too. Just people reaching out through LinkedIn and asking for help, or even people looking to hire someone like in-house for their SEO team. And then I end up just coming on as like a consultant or selling them links or whatever that is. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity out there. So it's good to have those channels open and ready to answer people that come along. Let's see. Do we have any comments or anything on YouTube? I don't know if you're on there.
No. Oh, wait. Oh, Dennis asks, is the virtual conference worth it? For $300, yes, or whatever. I think it's $350.
Oh, for the virtual mastermind?
Yeah.
Tickets? Yeah, let's see. I could.
It's all speakers. The only thing it doesn't include is Q&A, right? The Q&A.
Yeah, I don't think we broadcasted that last year either.
No, because it was closed door. But
so virtual tickets $497. I don't know if it was discounted previously, but yeah, the virtual tickets $497. I know last year I think it was like $300, like $297.
That was the first year we did a live broadcast, though, so we were a little.
Yeah. I mean, we even said we should definitely charge like a $500 value, just because that's, if we were to just sell a course with all this info, we probably would sell it for more than $500. You know what I mean? It'd be $1,000 to $2,000 course. So, but last year we were like, if it goes down in the middle, we might have some glitches. Luckily, I think it went really good. We had some spots early on, figured it out, but yeah, it went really good. I think this year we should have very, very less, quite a few less hiccups, if any. So yeah, it is definitely more than last year, but this year is going to be awesome. I hope everyone can. Yeah, honestly, if you can't come physically, then get a virtual ticket. If you can come physically, of course, I want to tell you to spend your money and get the ticket, but I really believe this is going to be an awesome event. Not just because I'm speaking, but what was that?
It's going to be so fun. That I was walking around by the hotel and just the area. I didn't realize all the things that it was near.
My wife's so pumped for that rooftop and the beach and just everything. Yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
That rooftop is my favorite rooftop. I've gone to them all.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been to that rooftop?
Yeah, that's why I picked it,
Or-
because I like that one.
Oh, okay. Of course you picked it. So we got like the whole thing booked out, right? Like all the cabanas or whatever.
Yeah, all the cabanas on the side. So I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Anywho, we can is there any more? I don't think there's any more crazy news. We could talk about some SEO updates.
Did you see any
There's no
movement from the core update?
not on anything that I'm personally working on.
I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not personally working on too many campaigns on my own, like just by myself now. I have people that I do consulting for and people that I work with just on a bigger marketing level, just outside of SEO. And some of them have seen some movement, but not on anything that would be like your standard local, like a dentist or a roofer or anything like that. They're all bigger sites or, just kind of different kind of SEO than just like a local campaign. So I'm not, have you talked to anyone I mean, we haven't seen too much even in Web 20, I don't think, right? With our campaigns?
No, but I want to talk to Victor because Victor was collecting websites that had been hit and he was analyzing what had happened with them. And he was looking at listings and websites, but he was trying to collect a bunch of data. I wonder if he's on.
Yeah, we should follow up with him. Victor's awesome with pulling things like that and just breaking it down, which he's going to be speaking at the event. So if you come to the event, you could ask him about it yourself. But I know last year at the event too, he was talking about a ton of stuff that he was pulling from, I think, GMB reviews and review response.
He went way into a rabbit hole.
Yeah, but I mean, those are the best SEOs. Like, let's be honest, the people that really dig in and figure out what's working. I would like to get a list of websites that benefited from the core algorithm refresh too, and see maybe how that compares to the ones that got hit. Let us know if you saw any drops or if you saw any increases. I saw a post on Facebook. Someone said they were working on their campaign for like a year with nothing, and then the core refresh hit and it just like took off or something. So let us know if that's the case too. I haven't seen anyone personally like that, but usually those people don't speak up as much about as the ones who just lose all their traffic overnight.
Well, yeah, especially all. I always check client sites, but I don't check my own websites.
Your own?
Oh, dang. One of my clients had a big jump.
What are your own websites? You run a roofing company? Or what?
No.
What do you mean your own websites? Like lead gen sites?
Yeah.
Do you have affiliate sites? Or you do lead gen or?
I have access to a couple affiliate sites. They're not only affiliate sites, but they do that part.
That sounds like some black hat shit right there. I have access to some sites.
It's like the Facebook pages that you're talking about, like people I used to work with a long time ago, and then they never took my access away.
And Craig says he got hit hard, lost all rankings on maps, but okay. So Craig, you lost rankings on maps, but not organic. Other clients moved up. Let us know if there's anything specific that you saw with that client too. That's interesting. I've seen a lot more people talk about the organic, honestly, than maps as it relates to the recent update. Oh,
Victor sent a long message. I want to read this.
Yeah, Victor said that the lead gen network that he was tracking was entirely brought down while he was trying to make a video. Their listings seem to have had map rankings that only correlated with new reviews. We couldn't find any other signals other than keyword stuff titles. which keyword stuff titles can still work but well sometimes. No penalty. Yeah, Craig, if you see that on local, and I believe the core algorithm update would hit organic primarily. I honestly don't know. I would think there would be some impact in local as well. But if you're saying that like one client lost almost all their local rankings, but you didn't see anything with your other campaigns, that might even be something specific to their local SEO. My guess is that you'd be running the same SEO campaign on them as you do your other clients, though. So that's always, like I hate that I'm running like 10 SEO campaigns all the same exact way and one drops. And I'm like, okay, that tells me nothing. So yeah, maybe there's history there, prior to you working on the site. Who knows? David said he had a slight drop on 2 listings. Slight drop on 2.
I need to get better at tracking. Did you grow your SEO testing group more?
No, so I'm actually in the process of doing that now because these last couple weeks, I've been working on the recent tests with the interlinking and outbound linking. And I realized how much work it is to create pages on a website to interlink to. And so that's taken me a little bit. So I decided, to start recruiting some more help for that. But yeah, I could talk more about that. And I actually, real quick, let me just finish up this news. I just realized there's like 3 other things here. Nothing major. But yeah, there was a announcement. I can't remember if this was John Mueller or just Google coming out and talking about. Google announced it made an algorithmic adjustment for how it decides to display title links for pages using multi-language or translated different titles, essentially. But this all mostly, the point I wanted to bring this up is this ties back into the concept that Google doesn't just use your metadata or your page titles anymore. They essentially are looking to deliver a snippet that best correlates with what the user is looking for and what they're going to deliver as a result. So just be aware that metadata, as I've said it a long time ago, someday it will probably be worthless. Your on-page signals, titles, headings, markup, all that's going to be way more important than your meta title and description. But again, Google coming out and saying that they're going to ignore your titles or your metadata, specifically too if they're looking at like multilingual content and the title that you have doesn't really match what's being delivered to the user. Something that I read a while ago, this will impact you if you're not in the US and you aren't looking for US traffic. I actually found this interesting. And I can't remember if I brought this up on the Vault, but I saw a post about it today that EU publishers cannot block US users. And I honestly think this is worldwide. Google crawls from the United States. So if you try to block US users from your site, you block Googlebot and they will not index your site. So I know this was an issue. I think, like I said, I can't remember if I read it in the news or just came up with a client a while back where they didn't want traffic from the US and they were getting a lot. And they were saying that they couldn't block, US bots. But if you are doing SEO and they're not in the United States and this has impacted you, let me know. I'm just kind of curious because when I heard that, I thought that was kind of odd that there's no way for anyone in the world to disallow traffic from the US. But if you're in the US, you could block other countries because Google doesn't crawl from other countries. Sounds a little racist, just saying, Google. Anyway, let's see. I think there was just 2 other things here. Some SERP changes, Google showing short videos and visual stories in an accordion. So, and I think that was for like recent news or something. And then also Google doing more expanded browsing search. So when you're searching for like a specific product or service, Google's starting to give you the option to filter down your search by what it's made of or the color or whatever that is. So if you're in any type of e-commerce or selling products online with many variations, this is actually probably very good news for you. A lot more of those longer tail searches, different colored t-shirts with different things on them, you know, those searches will probably gain a lot of traffic from these type of updates, Google allowing people to be more precise with their searches. And then also Google, I think this was just the last statement from John Mueller. You can restrict XML sitemap access to search engines. Who was this? Yeah, it was John Mueller. I honestly don't even remember what this was, to be honest. You can block search engines from the XML sitemap. I don't remember why I bookmarked this, what my comment on it was.
You added it, so I can't help you.
No, I know. Okay, well, we'll move on, and when I remember why I put that in the news, we'll come back to it. I know I had some comment about XML sitemaps in Google search and using them to index pages somewhere, something like that, but I don't even remember trying to read what he commented. But that's it for the news, people. I know, not that exciting. Hopefully you weren't hit by the core update, core refresh. Again, just a reminder, if you did see a lot of traffic loss or change with the recent refresh, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to go and make changes on your site and get it to bounce back. You're going to have to wait until they do another refresh. This is similar to the old Penguin updates, you know, when they would literally have to wait 5, 6, 8 months until Google decided they were going to re-update and then you'll see your site bounce back. So yeah, if you were hit, now you got to go figure out what was wrong, guess and try and fix it, and then wait and see when they do the next refresh if it's fixed. So welcome to SEO.
I wouldn't
see any other comments.
David said that he thought that the drops were because of AI content. But I can tell you one of my sites is written with almost only AI content and it increases. But I also edit it. I don't just drop in the AI content.
So if your AI content is just a block of content, like you just like go in, you type in a keyword and say like write an article about this, and then you say like long form and it spits out 700 words, maybe you throw in like 1 or 2 H2s and post that, you might have a problem with that, honestly. Not because that Google, I don't think Google can really detect AI content. Like Google cannot definitively say this content was written by a machine. But what it can do is it can say this content doesn't provide enough value, because the AI is only going to give out so much, you know, based on what inputs it has and what it knows. So it's almost easier to, it's really easy to take like facts and data and write an article around that data using AI. But if you just try to take a topic and just say like write an article about roofing contractors in Florida, that type of content is not going to work that well. So poor quality content was definitely hit by the core update. But I wouldn't say it's AI. I would say it's the quality of your AI content, and it probably fits into one of those categories where it just wasn't really, you know, mapped out and really thought about like what is the content delivering. It was probably just like a push button spit out content, and that would have been hit, I would guess, quite a bit.
It talks in like if you don't give it enough information, it kind of talks in circles, I've noticed.
Like paragraph by paragraph. I give the AI like 2 or 3 bullet points, and then I'll have it write some paragraphs, and then I'll fix it up, you know, and then maybe write a title, and then maybe have it like rewrite the title to sound more like catchy, or be like rewrite this title where it sounds exciting and fun or something, you know. But like other than that, you don't want to just take everything from AI. We're not there yet, unfortunately. You must love AI content tools, Sophie. Yeah.
So I don't have time to work on my own websites. I neglect them way too much. And then once I got Copy AI, I was like, oh my gosh, I can just like put it in a paragraph. read it really quick, and then do something else. I made like 5 blog posts in a day. I guess when I was watching TV.
As a writer who benefits tremendously from AI writing tools, can you tell me why is it that 99.99% of writers will not or cannot use AI tools to generate quality content?
I think it's because, I don't know. It could be they're lazy. It could be some don't like AI content. I know that. I have a couple of friends that think that it's going to steal their jobs.
I was thinking that was the case. And so I know some people like you but you're more of like, you're writing for the end result of the writing, not because you're just like trying to get paid per word. Like you have a reason to write something you're writing. Whereas like a lot of writers, they just get paid per word, in which case I figured maybe they just, they're afraid that it's going to get too good and they just don't let them lose a job or something.
Also, like, you have to know how to use it. Like, you can't just put in anything. There's a certain way you need to format it, what data you need to give it. And I don't think a lot of people take the time to understand that process. Because when I first started using it, I was like, this is stupid. I can't even get anything. And then a couple of days later, I have the learning curve. I got it all. And I don't know. I think it's a combo, because I think some people are just lazy. Like, they try it once and it doesn't give them what they want, and then they just give up on it.
I see. Yeah. And it is a skill. You're right. Like, so just because you're a writer doesn't mean you'd be good at using an AI writing tool. So that does make sense why there would be a disconnect
there. People say they're a writer and they write a 4-line run-on sentence that by the time you're done finishing it, you have no idea what they're talking about.
It's a loose term nowadays. Yeah. So you type letters on the keyboard to form some type of somewhat coherent sentence, then yes, you're a writer nowadays. So yes, that's a good point. Maybe if we define writer a little better, then we could answer that question a little differently.
Yeah.
So David says, do you think it's a bad idea to change the website URL to the no cache version on GBP? To the no cache version. So it loads quickly or something? Or I'm not really sure what you would achieve with that. So my answer would be, I don't think it's a bad idea necessarily, but I don't think it's necessarily a good idea. Do you know what he means by that, Sophie?
No, but unless I had a clear benefit, I would not change something. Like, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it, you know?
And changing that GBP website can be catastrophic. So
you never know what could happen.
I know.
There's some guy who said he got 12 of his listings suspended in a week.
Jesus. So my updates are not. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with the GBP.
Are you trying to do it for a user experience standpoint, or from like a rankings results?
I would assume it. Well, actually, I don't know what the end goal is necessarily.
Well, I think the end goal matters.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's obviously all that really matters. So, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever website you link to from your GBP, I don't think the biggest reason that would be impacted, whatever that page is, would be the changes you're actually doing to that page. Yeah, so because I update the page daily and it gets cached, so it depends on, I would say, what the update is. Like, I know people that have a blog feed on their homepage, and I have honestly seen those, especially if you have like those blog titles as H1s or H2s or H3s, it can throw things for a loop sometime when those things updates. So I think I get what you're saying now, because having those updates on the site might affect things. I would say, really, what are you updating? Is it like, is there headings being added? Is there heavy SEO optimization being altered? Are we talking like 50% of the page content? because that might be more important. But if it's just like a blog feed at the bottom, or something, then maybe not. That's a really good question, though, because those updates will affect things. I mean, honestly, if they're major updates and you have an optimized page that's working, I would say you probably want more of a static page from your GBP. I mean, I've honestly never I never really went down that path with the GBP before. But like I said, I had a client who had, I think it was like 6 blog posts he put on his homepage, and they were all H3s with the heading or something. And yeah, every time he would post new content, like everything was just thrown for a loop. So we changed the H3s just to regular text, and then we cut it from 6 to 3. And then it didn't really seem to matter as much because it was a lot less content on the page that was changing. But update appointments, availability for nail salon. Okay, so I don't think updating appointment availability and stuff like that is going to be that big of a deal. So if you actually had chunks of content being swapped out, or addresses, or references to entities that are changing, then that would be different. But yeah, if you're changing times or just general business information, I think you're fine. Especially if you consider, like, is it less than 5 or 10% of the content on the page? Think of it in kind of that respect too, because that'll play a huge part in really how it's viewed. Is it just like 3 sentences with a feed, or is it like a whole page of content with just like 3 little snippet feed kind of thing? So I think you're fine though if it's just availability and appointments and stuff. Personally, I don't know if you have any input on that, Sophie.
I don't think it's that important.
All righty. I think we're about coming to a close here.
What you got with your test? You didn't tell us about your test.
Yeah, so last week we didn't have too much of a crazy update yet because we're still waiting to gather some more data, but we've been testing some outbound linking versus inner linking. This week we were going to, so I will have an update. I'm actually going to look at kind of the rankings and see where those are at tomorrow for the first 2 tests. Essentially, we linked out of a page to relevant long tail keyword pages that rank for relevant long tail terms within a list at the bottom of the page. And then the second test, we did the same thing, but we did it contextually from the content. And then in the second 2 tests, we're doing the same exact thing, but we're bringing those links internal. So instead of linking out to external content, we're creating relevant content internally and then doing the same type of internal linking. So creating those internal pages has taken a little longer than I expected. I just finished those up like yesterday. It was just yesterday. So I'm just adding the internal link. So I'm sure we won't have any of that data for tomorrow. So I do have a tiny little test that another indexation test. It's actually a repeat of an older indexation test. It includes schema, but there's also some other fun things in there that if anyone remembers my indexation tests, I literally just throw a tons of random keywords on a page in various places and see which ones pop in search. So schema is one of the things I'm going to be looking at again, but there's some other things there too. I try to do an indexation test every 6 months to a year, just to kind of test like hidden content. I'm actively waiting for Google to stop ranking content that doesn't show on the front end of the website, no matter what. But so far from, if you followed any of our recent tests, we've seen that all hidden content indexes perfectly fine. So we'll have more on that tomorrow. And then next week, we should be returning back to our inner linking, external linking, as we'll have more data on those by then as well. So that's the testing update. You're welcome, David. David said thank you. Thank you, guys and gal. Sophie. Chaz always has to add in the gals, too.
I just realized that the quarter 2 testing report is going to come out soon. I haven't done it yet, but
Oh shit. Yeah.
we're in Q3 now. I just realized.
That was like 2 weeks ago that you were like, Mike, are you updating that sheet? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it tomorrow. I added like one from my list.
That's everyone's response. I feel like you start doing something and then all of a sudden there's another fire.
Yeah. I added one from my other list and then was like, oh, and then I ran off. I don't even remember. So, alrighty. Yeah. So we do have that coming out. Q2 testing updates. It should be soon once I finish getting the list together. And then Sophie puts it all together in a nice little report. So be on the lookout for that as well. Anything else? I think we got.
I think
today.
that's it.
No more questions. No. Alrighty, I guess we'll take us out then. SEO Vault every Thursday at 4:15ish. Come and join us. Download us. We're all Google us, SEO Vault. Download us from all of your favorite podcast channels. Carry us in your pocket. Listen to us on the go. Don't miss out on all the important SEO updates. I'm Mike, your host this week. Sophie, great having you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
See you.
Bye. All right, I think we're